Another theory about what love does for us is self-expansion theory. Here, expanding self means personal growth and progress. When we are in love, we are more likely to engage in creative and challenging activities together and do things together with our partner to share fun and laughter. Specifically, as shown in this slide, this theory says that love makes us to feel good about ourselves, and love makes us to see ourselves as encompassing a lot more qualities. For example, when in love, we may say something like this: I am discovering what I didn't know that I had. My partner gives me encouragement and makes me to have courage to try new things. Here, self-efficacy means having a confident feeling of I can do it. To exaggerate a little bit, it is the feeling of I can do anything, everything. People with high self-efficacy are more likely to welcome challenges and believe in their own capacity to execute behaviors in order to accomplish their goals. Research with self-expansion theory has shown that falling in love makes people to have enhanced feelings about I can do it, and also to have feelings about I'm a good and worthy person. On the other hand, people who have not gotten much love tend to have lower confidence and feelings of shrinking self-esteem. As a way for individuals to expand selves when in love is to assimilate themselves to their partners. If our partners likes cooking and sport, for example, we also give a try to cooking and sport. By doing such activities together, I see myself encompassing cooking sports abilities to some extent. That is, I see myself expanding to include my partner's good qualities with me. People in love see each other as having good influence on them. What love does for us is that it helps us to satisfy our needs to grow, expand, and consequently feel good about ourselves. Many studies about love and self-expansion theory were done with heterosexual romantic couples. But other studies and similar researchers have shown that self-expansion theory is also applicable to love among friends, family, and many different types of social and personal relationships. On the other hand, when the love relationship deteriorates and not satisfying anymore, people may say something like, I feel as though many of my good qualities have been lost, and I do not feel like myself anymore. When the relationship goes sour, we may feel that being with that person makes me feel worse about myself. One of studies that tested self-expansion theory had its research participants to respond to the researchers' questions 5 times in one semester period. The questions asked were what you see in this slide. Researchers analyzed the participants' answers according to self-concept change index and also diversity self-concept domains. That is, the researchers looked at how many new words appeared each time when the participants described themselves. And the researchers looked at the number of categories that the self-description words belong to. The researchers differentiated people in love versus people not in love. Over the course of one semester, some students reported falling in love in the middle of the semester, and others didn't. So the researchers had comparison groups for the self-concept change index and diversity of self-concept domains. The findings showed that individuals who were in love showed a great amount of self-concept change than those not in love. At the beginning of the semester for the data collection, some students were not in love, but they fell in love in the middle of the semester. So when the researchers compared before and after falling in love, they also found a greater amount of self-concept change for after falling in love. In summary, as people experience being in love, they describe themselves in a more and fuller manner. Then, how about men and women differences? Would women or men be showing more effect on falling in love for their self-concept change? The answer is no. Men and women did not show any meaningful differences. Love affect both men and women. Individuals who were in love showed a greater amount of diversity in their self-concept categories than did those not in love. At the beginning of the semester for the data collection, some students were not in love, but they fell in love in the middle of the semester. So when the researchers compared before and after falling in love, they also found a greater amount of diverse domains for after falling in love. In summary, as people experience being in love, they describe themselves in many different ways. Then how about men and women differences? Would women or men be showing more effect of falling in love for their self-concept domains? The answer is no. Men and women did not show any meaningful differences.